Most people wake before dawn, yet remain asleep to their own potential. Their mornings begin with distractions, checking notifications, replaying worries, reacting to yesterday's failures. But there is a quiet window, minutes before sunrise, when the mind is fresh and the subconscious is most receptive. In this sacred hour, a concise ritual can anchor unbreakable confidence for the entire day. In this first part, we set up the environment, mindset, and body readiness so that when you speak the 5 words, they land with maximum impact. Setting an intention before sleep. The night before, write a simple note. Tomorrow I will rise 5 minutes before sunrise to speak my declaration. Place it within sight of your bed. This pre-sleep intention primes your subconscious. You awaken with purpose rather than habitually hitting snooze or reaching for your phone. Avoid screens at least 30 minutes before bed. Instead, read or reflect quietly on why you commit to building unbreakable confidence. This mental rehearsal reduces morning resistance. 2. Choosing your sanctuary. Identify a place where you can be alone pre-dawn. It could be a corner of your bedroom, a balcony, or a quiet hallway. Aim for minimal sensory input, dim lighting or natural darkness, comfortable seating or standing room, and absence of digital devices. If feasible, keep your phone out of reach or in do not disturb mode until after the ritual. Optionally, light a small candle or low wattage lamp with warm tone. This consistent cue signals your brain that the confidence ritual begins here. Consistency of location strengthens the habit loop. 3. Awakening gently. When your alarm rings before sunrise, resist the reflex to check messages. Instead, remain still for a moment. Close your eyes, inhale deeply through the nose for 4 counts, hold briefly, exhale slowly through the mouth for 6 counts. This breathing calms the sympathetic nervous system and sharpens focus. Sit up or stand, stretch your spine, lift arms overhead, roll shoulders, gently twist the torso. These light movements signal that your body is alive and present, ready to embody confidence. Avoid jumping into full activity. Keep motion deliberate and mindful. 4. Mind grounding and visualization. After physical priming, adopt a centered posture. Stand or sit tall, shoulders back, chest open, chin level. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. Scan your mind without judgment. Notice any lingering worries, deadlines, relationships, self-doubt. Acknowledge each thought, then let it drift like a cloud. Don't engage or analyze. Simply observe and release. Next, visualize a blank canvas representing the new day. Imagine holding a brush loaded with intention. This mental blank slate detaches you from yesterday's failures and tomorrow's uncertainties, opening space for the 5-word declaration to take root. 5. Emotional primer. Recall a moment of genuine self-assurance. A time you spoke up, took decisive action, or overcame fear. Briefly evoke that feeling in your body. Feel the chest expand, the heartbeat steady, the clarity of purpose. If initial emotion feels faint, that's natural. Focus on the memory rather than forcing the feeling. This emotional primer readies your limbic system. When you speak the 5 words, you layer new confidence atop prior positive experiences, increasing resonance. 6. Protecting the ritual. Commit to delaying phone or screen checks until after you complete the declaration and a short follow-up exercise. The pre-dawn mind is vulnerable to distraction. A single notification can hijack the ritual. Disable automatic alerts or place your device outside reach. If living with others, inform them of your brief morning ritual so they avoid interruptions. Treat these few minutes as sacred, your investment in an unshakable mindset. Time management and consistency. Decide on a wake-up time relative to local sunrise. 5 to 10 minutes before sunrise is ideal. Use a reliable alarm or natural wake technique if you wake naturally. Track your sunrise time seasonally and adjust accordingly. Consistency is crucial. Even on weekends or days off, honor this ritual. Over weeks, the brain associates that pre-dawn moment with the confidence practice, making it easier to awaken and commit. Missing a session occasionally is inevitable. Resume immediately the next dawn without guilt. 8. Transition to declaration. As you complete the breathing, stretching, grounding, and brief visualization, you arrive at the threshold moment, stillness before speech. Stand or sit fully upright, take one final steady breath, and feel readiness ripple through your body. In the next part, we will unveil the exact 5-word phrase and dissect each word's function. For now, conclude part 1 by reaffirming your commitment. Tonight, set intention. Tomorrow, rise before dawn into your sanctuary. Breathe, ground, prime emotion. Then prepare to speak words that forge unbreakable confidence. Now that you have prepared your sanctuary, calmed your mind, and primed your body, it's time to introduce the 5-word declaration that will anchor unshakable confidence before sunrise. The phrase we recommend is, "I embody unbreakable confidence now." This exact sequence of 5 words is not arbitrary. Each word plays a precise role in programming your mind and aligning your physiology. In this part, we unpack why these 5 words, spoken in this order, generate a powerful psychological effect. We'll examine the neuroscience of affirmation, the semantics of each term, and how to adapt beneath the surface while preserving the core structure. 1. Word 1, I. The declaration begins with I. You might wonder, why not start with today or my confidence? Starting with I is critical because it engages your sense of identity directly. The subconscious mind responds most strongly to statements that reference the self. When you say I, you position the phrase as an intrinsic truth, not a distant goal or hypothetical wish. Identity programming. Neuroscience shows that self-referential statements activate the medial prefrontal cortex, a region involved in self-concept. By leading with I, you prime the brain to treat the subsequent words as personally relevant commands rather than abstract ideas. Ownership and accountability. I implies ownership. You are not asking for confidence. You are claiming or embodying it. This subtle shift from I want to I embody bridges desire and actualization. Embodied self. From a somatic standpoint, saying I triggers micro-expressions and subtle posture adjustments. You unconsciously align your body to match your words, reinforcing the mental shift. Practical note, when speaking aloud, place slight emphasis on I by pausing briefly afterward. For example, I embody unbreakable confidence now. The brief pause ensures the mind registers that you are the subject and owner of the statement. 2. Word 2, embody. Next comes the verb embody. Many affirmations use am, I am confident, but embody goes one step further. It implies active integration of the quality into your being. I embody signals that confidence is not just a state or feeling, but a lived expression in your thoughts, emotions, posture, and actions. Action orientation. Embody is an action verb requiring movement from abstract to concrete. The brain interprets this as an instruction to align mind and body with confidence. Somatic connection. Saying embody encourages your nervous system to adjust your physiological state. Your muscles, breathing, and heart rate begin to reflect a confident posture. This mind-body coherence strengthens the belief. Beyond passive affirmations, I am confident, can feel empty if emotion is lacking. Embody commands active internalization. Even if the feeling isn't fully present, the word invites you to enact it. Stand tall, breathe steadily, speak decisively. Practical note: as you say embody, lightly place a hand on your chest or center line to evoke the sense of integrating confidence into your core. Visual cues reinforce the verbal instruction. 3. Word 3, unbreakable. The adjective unbreakable amplifies the quality. Instead of confidence alone, you specify unbreakable confidence. This choice matters psychologically. Amplification. The prefix un and the notion of breakable introduce the idea of resilience. You are declaring a confidence that cannot be undermined by external events, criticism, or self-doubt. Emotional intensity. Strong adjectives engage the limbic system more intensely than neutral descriptors. Unbreakable evokes a visceral feeling of strength and immovability. Resistance to erosion. By labeling confidence as unbreakable, you preemptively inoculate yourself against potential setbacks. When challenges arise, the subconscious recalls this declaration: my confidence is unbreakable, reducing anxiety or hesitation. Neural priming. The brain tends to filter experiences consistent with core beliefs. Labeling your confidence as unbreakable biases your perception. Minor failures or criticisms are less likely to trigger self-doubt because your mental filter interprets them as inconsequential to an unbreakable core. Practical note: when speaking unbreakable, allow a slight emphasis or tonal shift. Stretch the word just enough to feel its weight. Imagine a steel beam that cannot bend. Let that imagery accompany the sound. 4. Word 4, confidence. The central noun is confidence. It names the quality you intend to instantiate. Placing it fourth in the sequence ensures the mind has already oriented around self, I, action, embody, and intensity, unbreakable, before arriving at the core concept. Precision. Confidence is more precise than vague terms like success or power. Confidence underlies the ability to act decisively, speak boldly, and remain calm under pressure. Subconscious focus. By explicitly stating confidence, you activate neural circuits associated with memories of confident behavior. This retrieval primes the motor and emotional patterns that produce confidence in the past. Integration. The surrounding words shape how you interpret confidence. Not just any confidence, but unbreakable confidence that you embody. This framing deepens the impact. Avoiding overreach. While you might desire multiple qualities, wealth, health, relationships, focusing on confidence first creates a foundation. Unbreakable confidence becomes the springboard for all other achievements. Practical note: as you vocalize confidence, observe your posture. Widen your stance slightly. Relax shoulders, lift the sternum. Even a small posture shift reinforces the word's meaning in your musculature. 5. Word 5, now. The final word now injects immediacy. It prevents postponement and anchors the declaration in the present moment. Temporal anchor. Now overrides excuses like someday or later. You are not promising confidence at some abstract future. You claim it in this exact moment. Seizing the moment. The pre-dawn hour is itself a liminal now before external demands arise. Ending with now harnesses that fleeting window of undistracted presence. Cognitive bias. The brain is wired to respond more vigorously to present tense directives than future tense plans. Now leverages this bias, making the declaration feel urgent and alive. Behavioral impulse. After saying now, your nervous system expects immediate alignment. You are more likely to act with confidence in the minutes that follow, starting tasks, initiating conversations, adopting a bold mindset. Practical note: emphasize now with a slight upward inflection. Feel the surge of energy as you complete the phrase, I embody unbreakable confidence now. Let the final word resonate, then pause briefly to internalize the full statement. 6. Practicing the declaration. With the 5 words defined, practice the full phrase aloud in your pre-dawn sanctuary. Stand or sit tall, chest open, shoulders back. Take a cleansing breath. Exhale fully, then speak. I embody unbreakable confidence now. Allow a brief silence to let the words sink in. Observe any immediate shifts in feeling or posture. Repeat 2 more times, each time with consistent intensity. Notice how repetition deepens the imprint. During the first week, you may feel awkward or skeptical. That's expected. The mind resists new identity shifts, persists through the discomfort. Over days, the phrase will become more natural and the emotional resonance stronger. 7. Customization and variations. While I embody unbreakable confidence now serves as a robust starting point, you can experiment with slight variations to suit your context. Personalization. If you have a specific challenge, e.g. public speaking, you might add a subtext in visualization. After saying the phrase, imagine yourself on stage, holding steady calm. Language adaptation. If English isn't your first language, translate the phrase into your native tongue while preserving the structure. Self-reference, I. Active verb, embody or equivalent. Intensity, unbreakable. Quality, confidence. Immediacy, now or equivalent. Affirmation, amplifiers. After the core 5 words, you can add a brief silent visualization. E.g., imagine a golden glow radiating outward from your chest. This extra step is optional and should not replace the spoken 5-word phrase. However, avoid diluting the sequence by adding extra words into the spoken phrase itself. The potency lies in brevity and precision. 8. Overcoming common pitfalls. Skepticism and inner critic. If you feel a mental, "that's not true" reaction, acknowledge it as the old self-resisting change. Do not argue, simply repeat the phrase. Over time, the neural pathways adjust. Skipping repetition. Saying it once may feel insufficient. Aim for at least 3 repetitions per session. Consistency over weeks builds the habit. Distraction, intrusion. If a stray thought interrupts, gently return focus. Acknowledge the thought, then resume the ritual. Overemphasis on emotion. Only. While feeling is important, don't wait to feel confident before speaking. The action of speaking itself generates feeling. Trust the process. Forgetting? Now. Omitting now softens the impact. Ensure you always include the final word to keep urgency. 9. Embedding in the morning routine. After completing the 5-word declaration, transition smoothly into the rest of your morning. Hydration and light movement. Drink water, stretch, or do a brief exercise to carry the confidence from your mind into your body's activation. Journaling prompt. Write 1 line in your journal. 1 action today that demonstrates unbreakable confidence is oro. This ties the declaration to concrete behavior. Visualization of challenges. Spend a minute mentally rehearsing potential challenges ahead. Difficult conversation, presentation, workout, and see yourself responding with unwavering calm. Your declaration now serves as the emotional backdrop. Avoid early distractions. Delay checking email or social media until after this ritual. Protect the confidence bubble you just created. By the end of part 2, you have revealed the precise 5-word phrase, I embody unbreakable confidence now. Dissected each word's function in programming identity, emotion, and behavior. Learned how to practice and embed it in your pre-dawn ritual. Understood customization guidelines and pitfalls to avoid. In part 3, we will explore the neuroscience behind repeated declarations, how neural plasticity solidifies the new confidence patterns, how to measure subtle shifts in your mindset, and techniques to reinforce the effect during the day, micro-trigger reminders. We will also examine real-life case studies of individuals who used similar morning declarations to transform fear into unwavering courage. Prepare to dive deeper into the brain-body connection and turn these 5 words into a living confidence architecture. In parts 1 and 2, you prepared your pre-sunrise ritual and practiced the 5-word declaration, I embody unbreakable confidence now. Now we delve into the neuroscience and habit-forming principles that explain why repeating this morning declaration reshapes neural pathways, making confidence an automatic mechanism. We'll also cover daytime micro-triggers, case studies, measurement techniques, common pitfalls, consolidation strategies, optional tech tools, and the broader vision of a confidence ecosystem. 1. Neuroplasticity and repetition, strengthening confidence circuits. Synaptic plasticity. The brain strengthens or weakens connections via synaptic plasticity. Use it or lose it. Each time you recite the 5-word phrase at dawn with corresponding emotion, the related neurons fire together and fortify their connections. Over time, the confidence circuit becomes more readily activated. According to Hebb's rule, neurons that fire together wire together, repeatedly activating the sequence I, embody, unbreakable, confidence, now, trains your brain to associate confidence with the present moment. When challenges arise, this pathway fires more easily. Emotion and reward mechanisms. If each morning declaration is paired with a slight sense of positive feeling, chest expansion, calm alertness, the brain releases small amounts of dopamine as an internal reward. This forms a habit loop. Cue, pre-dawn quiet, routine, declaration, reward, gentle positive emotion. Repeated loops embed the practice as a habit. Over time, the ritual itself becomes the reward. Even without a strong emotional spike, your brain expects the mental reset, reinforcing the habit. The mere act of repeating the phrase yields stable, positive feedback. Automatic activation. After sufficient repetition, the brain turns the declaration into an automatic program. Just as brushing teeth becomes effortless, morning declarations become spontaneous when the cues appear. Automaticity means that at dawn, your subconscious pre-activates the confidence circuit, so consciously you feel a natural alignment, clearer posture, steadier breathing, readiness to act. This reduces resistance and makes confident behavior more natural throughout the day. 2. Quantifying and evaluating confidence shifts. Subjective experience journal. After each morning ritual, note your immediate feelings, perhaps slight tension or mild chest opening, clarity or hesitation. Use brief descriptors like calm, steady, slight doubt, but quickly replaced by affirmation. Over weeks, compare entries to observe shifts, fading doubt, more enduring positive feeling. In evening reviews, record how confidence showed up in key moments. Did you speak up? Resist negative thoughts. Take a planned, bold action. Link these outcomes to your morning declaration's influence. Behavioral metrics tracking. Define simple metrics. Did you proactively share your opinion in a meeting? Maintain eye contact in conversations? Tackle an uncomfortable but high-impact task promptly? Record yes or no, or rate 1 to 5 daily. Over time, track trends. Ideally, metrics improve as morning declarations accumulate. Use weekly or monthly comparisons. Focus on 1 or 2 priority metrics each week. If progress stalls, examine the quality of your ritual practice or whether daytime micro-triggers are effectively applied. Physiological monitoring, optional. If available, track heart rate variability or skin conductance to gauge stress resilience and recovery after the declaration. A more stable HRV pattern may indicate improved baseline confidence. However, for most, subjective and behavioral logs suffice to observe real progress. 3. Daytime micro-triggers, reinforcing confidence circuits. What are micro-triggers? Micro-triggers are brief cues during your day that remind your brain of the morning declaration, reactivating the confidence circuit. Examples include phone unlock prompts, sticky notes, or simple body movements that silently cue unbreakable confidence. Design and examples. Lock screen prompt. Set your phone's lock screen text to unbreakable confidence. Each time you unlock, even subconsciously, you recall the declaration. Laptop sticker. Place a small note at your monitor edge reading, "I embody unbreakable confidence now." A quick glance prompts a silent mental repeat, sustaining confidence in work. Action trigger. Before a meeting or presentation, adopt a micro routine. Sit upright, take a deep breath, and internally say, "Confidence now." This pairs a physical cue with mental reinforcement. Timed reminder. Use an app to send 3 to 5 prompts daily, e.g., every few hours, reminding you to silently repeat unbreakable confidence. Avoid excessive frequency to prevent annoyance. Align reminders with natural breaks, pre-meeting, after lunch, mid-afternoon, end of day. Preventing trigger fatigue. Keep triggers few and contextually placed so they remain effective. For instance, 3 to 5 triggers tied to key moments: morning start, meeting prep, midday lull, end of day reflection. Each trigger involves only a few seconds, a silent phrase or small posture adjustment. Periodically change trigger form, e.g., switch lock screen text, move sticky note location, alter reminder wording to maintain novelty and avoid habituation while preserving the core 5-word structure internally. 4 case studies, from morning declaration to real confidence. New employee Lee. Challenge: shy in meetings, rarely speaks. Practice: 2 weeks of dawn declarations plus meeting time silent prompts, unbreakable confidence. Journal: initially nervous, but pre-meeting mental cue led to attempting to speak. Gradually, participation rose from 0% to over 50%. Key: morning ritual combined with situational micro triggers and journaling to track improvement. Startup founder Zhang. Challenge: anxiety in negotiations and pitches. Practice: dawn declarations plus visualization. Mentally rehearse negotiation with the mindset of unbreakable confidence. Daytime reminders before calls. Outcome: early sessions still tense, but over time, maintained calm in actual meetings. Investors noted a more assured demeanor. Success rate improved. Key: combining morning declaration, visualization rehearsal, and targeted micro triggers. Content creator Wong. Challenge: stage fright or camera anxiety. Practice: dawn declaration followed by mirror practice. Recite declaration facing reflection. Adopt steady eye contact and posture. Before recording, deep breath plus silent cue, confidence now. Result: slower heart rate before performance, more natural delivery, audience feedback cited stronger presence. Confidence became internally anchored, less dependent on external validation. Key: integrating declaration into embodied rehearsal. Timely triggers amplify impact. 5 common pitfalls and how to overcome them. Relying on external validation. Pitfall: believing confidence arises only after receiving praise or success. Yet the morning declaration principle is build belief first, then act. Waiting for external feedback undermines automatic activation. Solution: persist with dawn ritual and micro triggers regardless of immediate external results. Over time, internal confidence emerges independent of outside approval. Empty mechanical repetition. Pitfall: reciting 5 words without emotion, posture, or engagement yields weak neural imprint. Solution: always pair declaration with emotional primer, recall confident memory, and embodied cues, open posture, deep breath. Even if genuine feeling is initially faint, act as if fully confident to strengthen connections. Neglecting micro triggers. Pitfall: assuming morning ritual alone suffices, then experiencing confidence slip during the day. Solution: implement contextually placed micro triggers to refresh the declaration's effect at key moments, reinforcing the neural circuitry throughout daily challenges. Giving up too soon. Pitfall, expecting drastic change within days and abandoning practice when progress seems slow. Solution. Recognize neural rewiring and behavior change often require weeks or months. Use journals and tracked metrics to observe gradual trends rather than short-term fluctuations. 6. Consolidation and adjustment. Optimizing your confidence architecture. Weekly review and fine-tuning. At a set time each week, review your journal and metrics. Which situations showed clear confidence gains? Where did triggers fall short? Adjust triggers, timing, or format. Refine visualizations, or tweak environment cues so the morning declaration aligns more closely with real-life demands. Example, if afternoons show fatigue-induced self-doubt, add a brief midday ritual. Close eyes for 30 seconds, silently repeat unbreakable confidence to reactivate the circuit. Social support and sharing. Partner with peers or a group to share experiences and track progress. Social accountability boosts consistency and offers external perspectives to identify blind spots. Consider daily check-ins or weekly discussions around challenges and successes, fostering mutual encouragement and deeper commitment. Crisis response plan. When facing intense stress, tight deadlines, or unexpected crises, the confidence circuit may falter. Counter this by increasing trigger intensity. Before critical moments, repeat declaration multiple times, use vivid visualization, detailed scenario rehearsal, or engage in energizing physical activity, short run, dynamic movement, to rally body and mind. If confidence temporarily collapses, return to the fundamental dawn ritual, deep breathing, morning declaration, and regrounding to reestablish the core mindset. 7. On optional tech tools. Reminder apps. Use phone or smartwatch reminders to issue brief prompts, visual or audio, during the day, reminding you to silently repeat keywords. Schedule them at natural breakpoints to avoid distraction. Digital journaling platforms. Employ apps like Notion or Evernote to log morning feelings and daytime behavior metrics in a structured template. Over time, review charts or simple trend indicators to motivate persistence. Biofeedback devices advanced. For those with access, track HRV or stress levels to observe physiological responses tied to the ritual. This data can offer insights, but subjective and behavioral logs are usually sufficient for most. 8. Future outlook, from morning declaration to a confidence ecosystem. Part 3 underscores that the morning 5-word declaration is not an isolated act, but the gateway to building a confidence ecosystem. The dawn ritual initiates neural rewiring. Daytime micro-triggers sustain activation. Journaling and metrics provide feedback. Social support and tech tools enhance consistency. Crisis response strategies reinforce resilience. Over time, confidence becomes a default state, influencing daily life and empowering you in pivotal moments. In Part 4, we will explore applying this confidence ecosystem in team and leadership contexts, how your internal confidence influences group dynamics, how to foster a confident culture, and how to align confidence with higher-level goals, long-term vision, and mission to drive exceptional achievements and lasting impact. Having established your personal confidence ecosystem through morning declarations, micro-triggers, and habit reinforcement, Part 4 explores how to extend this inner work into team settings, leadership roles, and alignment with long-term vision. A leader's unshakable confidence not only drives personal performance, but also shapes culture, inspires collective resilience, and fuels shared achievements. Here we examine practical steps, mindsets, and examples for leveraging your confidence architecture to influence others and pursue higher-level missions. 1. Confidence as a leadership foundation. Modeling consistency and calm. When you consistently embody unbreakable confidence, your demeanor in group context becomes a stabilizing force. During uncertainty, project setbacks, market shifts, interpersonal conflicts, your calm presence signals to others that challenges are surmountable. Teams look to leaders for emotional cues. Your inner confidence ecosystem ensures you project steadiness rather than panic. Practice. Before leading discussions, perform a mini ritual. A quick grounding breath and silent, I embody unbreakable confidence now. This readies you to speak and act from your confident core rather than reactively. Decisive action and clear communication. Confidence underpins clarity. You articulate goals, expectations, and feedback with conviction. Ambiguity breeds confusion. Decisive language guides teams. Your confidence ritual has primed neural pathways for clarity and assertiveness, enabling you to frame messages positively and directly. Practice. Before key communications, presentations, feedback sessions, briefly recall the morning declaration. Visualize delivering messages with calm authority. Use "we will" statements to foster shared ownership, reflecting that your confidence extends to collective capability. Empathy balanced with resolve. Unbreakable confidence is not arrogance. It coexists with empathy. A confident leader acknowledges challenges and listens while remaining anchored. Your ritual trains you to respond instead of react. When team members express concerns, you maintain presence, validate feelings, and guide toward solutions without losing composure. Practice. Use active listening combined with inward cues. As someone shares difficulties, take a discreet grounding breath. Mentally repeat a short cue, steady confidence, to sustain your centered state throughout the conversation. 2. Fostering a confident culture. Sharing the ritual concept. Introduce the principles of morning declarations and micro triggers to your team in a workshop or informal discussion. Frame it not as dogma, but as a tool. Here's a practice that helped me maintain poise. You may adapt similar habits to bolster your own confidence. Providing context invites colleagues to experiment without pressure. Practice. Host a brief session explaining the neuroscience behind repetition and emotion in building confidence. Encourage voluntary participation. Those interested can share their own 5-word declarations tailored to their roles. Collective micro-trigger systems. Design team-wide micro-triggers. For example, a shared Slack status message or a common calendar reminder before daily stand-ups with a short phrase like "steady courage." These triggers serve as gentle prompts for the group to align mindset before collaboration, improving meeting dynamics. Practice. Agree on a simple phrase or gesture, e.g., start each meeting with a one-sentence affirmation spoken by rotating members. This ritual reinforces team cohesion and sets a confident tone. Recognition of small wins. Confidence growth thrives on positive reinforcement. Publicly acknowledge team members' displays of resilience or bold action, linking their behavior back to the confidence ecosystem principle. Your decision to tackle that difficult client call with composure exemplifies the mindset we cultivate. This reinforces desired patterns and motivates others. Practice. In regular retrospectives or stand-ups, incorporate a confidence highlight segment. Team members share a moment where they applied inner confidence to overcome a hurdle. Safe environment for trial and learning. A confident culture encourages risk-taking within safe boundaries. When individuals know setbacks won't lead to harsh criticism, they engage boldly. As a leader, model this by sharing your own early failures and how confidence routines helped you recover. Demonstrating vulnerability paired with assured recovery normalizes growth-minded risk. Practice. After a project that didn't meet expectations, lead a debrief focusing on lessons learned and how maintaining inner confidence enabled rapid adaptation rather than assigning blame. 3. Aligning confidence with long-term vision and mission. Embedding declaration into strategic planning. When setting long-term objectives, begin strategic sessions with a collective confidence priming. For example, each participant silently affirms their commitment to embody resilient leadership now, or a team-specific variation. This orients planning around a confident mindset rather than fear of uncertainty. Practice. In quarterly retreats, open with a brief guided breathing and affirmation exercise, reminding everyone that confidence underlies creativity and perseverance in pursuing ambitious goals. Translating confidence into goal execution. Confidence rituals generate the mindset to tackle challenging milestones. Break down long-term vision into smaller projects. For each, apply the personal confidence ecosystem. Morning declaration, micro triggers for relevant tasks, journaling progress. This ensures sustained motivation and resilience over extended timelines. Practice. For a major initiative, create a confidence compass. List core beliefs. We can innovate beyond current limits. Tie them to daily routines, morning affirmations plus midday check-in prompts, and track weekly behaviors that reflect these beliefs. Sustaining motivation through cycles of change. Long-term ventures involve ebbs and flows. Confidence ecology helps you navigate periods of doubt or plateau. During slower phases, double down on rituals. Revisit morning declarations with renewed intensity. Adjust micro triggers to align with evolving challenges, and use journal reflections to reaffirm commitment to the overarching mission. Practice. Schedule periodic confidence audits, where leadership reviews how well rituals and triggers supported progress, then refine language or methods to match new contexts, e.g., shifting from market entry phase to scaling phase. Inspiring collective purpose. When teams connect inner confidence practices to a shared mission, such as improving community, pioneering innovation, or delivering customer value, the work transcends tasks. Confidence becomes the engine fueling perseverance. Communicate how personal confidence routines contribute to the larger vision. Your individual resilience practice amplifies our collective ability to overcome obstacles and achieve our mission. Practice. During all-hands meetings, feature brief testimonials from team members describing how their confidence habits enabled breakthroughs. This underscores personal practice as integral to organizational success. 4. Leveraging confidence in challenging contexts. Leading through crisis. In times of crisis, inner confidence prevents panic contagion. Use your personal ritual even on hardest mornings. Breath, brief silent declaration, then act calmly. This composure cascades. Teams sense stability and follow suit. Practice. Before addressing the team with difficult news, pause. Ground yourself with a quick affirmation. I embody unbreakable composure now. Then communicate transparently with solution-oriented focus. Negotiation and influence. Negotiations demand presence. Your confidence ecosystem primes you to listen actively, speak assertively, and remain unfazed by pressure tactics. Micro triggers, a gesture or brief mental cue before and during negotiations, help sustain equilibrium. Practice. Prior to negotiation, mentally rehearse key points while repeating your declaration. During the dialogue, if you sense doubt creeping in, use a physical trigger, e.g., adjust posture subtly, and internally recall unbreakable confidence. Driving innovation and change. Innovation involves uncertainty. A confident leader embraces ambiguity as opportunity. Morning rituals anchor you in resilience, making you more willing to champion novel ideas and persist through initial setbacks. Practice. When proposing new directions, preface with confidence-rooted framing. I believe we can achieve X. We'll approach unknowns with curiosity and resilience. This signals belief in possibility and invites others to join confidently. 5. Maintaining humility and continuous learning. Balancing confidence with curiosity. Unbreakable confidence is not closed-minded certainty. It is grounded belief that you can learn and adapt. Encourage a culture where confidence coexists with curiosity. I trust in our ability to figure it out rather than I already know everything. This mindset fuels innovation and prevents overconfidence pitfalls. Practice. Combine declarations with questions. After morning affirmation, ask yourself, what can I learn today to strengthen my confident action? This keeps you open to feedback and growth, recognizing blind spots. Confident leaders solicit diverse perspectives to avoid echo chambers. Use your inner stability to welcome constructive critique without defensiveness. Your morning ritual equips you with the composure to listen, process feedback, and adjust course. Practice. In feedback sessions, remind yourself internally, I embody unbreakable confidence now, so feedback doesn't trigger fear but becomes fuel for improvement. Evolving the declaration for growth. As you and your organization evolve, you may refine or extend your morning declarations to reflect deeper levels, e.g., adding phrases about compassionate leadership or visionary impact. Keep the core structure, self-reference, active verb, intensity, quality, immediacy, while updating the target quality as needed. Practice. Periodically assess whether the original 5-word phrase still resonates. If your role shifts from individual contributor to strategic leader, you might adapt. I embody visionary leadership now, while maintaining the habit mechanics established earlier. 6. Scaling confidence from individual to organization. Embedding practices into onboarding and training. Introduce new hires to the confidence ecosystem. Share the rationale, guide them through a brief morning affirmation practice, and suggest micro-trigger ideas. This sets a tone of proactive mindset from day one. Practice. Include a short workshop or digital module on personal confidence rituals as part of professional development programs. Leadership development programs. In leadership tracks, incorporate deeper sessions on neuroscience of confidence, habit design, and peer coaching around morning declarations. Equip emerging leaders with tools to build and sustain confidence under pressure. Practice. Organize peer groups where participants share their morning routines, micro-trigger experiments, and lessons learned from challenges, fostering collective growth. Measuring impact on organizational performance. Track metrics that reflect confidence-driven behaviors, speed of decision-making, innovation pipeline throughput, employee engagement scores. Correlate periods of emphasis on confidence practices, e.g. after workshops, with performance trends. Practice. Use surveys or focus groups to assess whether confidence rituals helped individuals feel more empowered and how that translated into outcomes. Adjust programs based on feedback. 7. Aligning confidence with core values and mission. Confidence as enabler of purpose. Ground your morning declaration and team rituals in the organization's core values and mission. For example, if the mission involves social impact, frame confidence as the fuel to serve others effectively. This alignment ensures inner beliefs translate into actions that reinforce shared purpose. Practice. Craft team affirmations that merge individual confidence with collective mission. For instance, we embody unwavering commitment now for service-driven teams. Sustaining long-term motivation. Confidence rituals help navigate inevitable challenges along the journey toward mission fulfillment. When vision seems distant, remind yourself and your team of the positive progress already achieved, anchored by your confidence practices. Practice. Periodically revisit success stories in light of morning rituals. Remember when we overcame X by trusting our abilities? That same unbreakable confidence will guide us through the next phase. 8. Preparing for Part 5. By applying your personal confidence ecosystem to leadership and team contexts, And aligning it with higher level vision, you amplify its power far beyond individual benefit. Your daily morning declarations become the seed of a resilient, purpose driven culture. In Part 5, we will delve into advanced techniques for sustaining momentum over months and years, integrating confidence practice with goal setting frameworks, managing inevitable setbacks at scale, and evolving the ecosystem as you and your organization grow. We'll also explore how to mentor others in adopting and adapting these practices, ensuring the legacy of unbreakable confidence continues. Having embedded the 5-word morning declaration, reinforced it with micro triggers, and applied it within leadership and team contexts, Part 5 addresses advanced methods to sustain momentum over months and years. We explore weaving confidence rituals into goal-setting frameworks, navigating large-scale setbacks, evolving your personal and organizational confidence ecosystem, and guiding others to adopt these practices for lasting impact. 1. Weaving confidence into goal frameworks. Aligning morning declaration with SMART OKR goals. For each objective, individual or team, explicitly link desired outcomes to your unbreakable confidence foundation. For example, if a SMART goal is increase sales by 15% in Q2, frame it, I embody unbreakable confidence now as the mindset enabling proactive outreach and negotiation. At the start of each planning session, revisit the declaration to prime belief before diving into metrics and tasks. In OKR, objectives and key results, state the objective with confident language. We confidently expand market reach. Use confidence as part of the objective's narrative. Then define key results that reflect decisive actions fueled by morning rituals, e.g., launch 3 new proposals this month with assertive follow-up calls, host 2 webinars, speaking with assured presence. Embedding confidence in the objective ensures mental alignment. Daily and weekly planning rituals. Integrate a brief confidence check-in into daily planning. After the morning declaration, list top 1 to 3 tasks where unbreakable confidence is critical. Write them down. Mentally rehearse, approaching each with calm assertiveness. This anchors daily execution in the confidence ecosystem. In weekly reviews, reflect on how confidence rituals affected progress. Note which tasks felt naturally approachable versus which still triggered hesitation. Adjust micro-triggers or visualization details to target persistent weak spots. Long-term vision with confidence milestones. For multi-year visions, define confidence milestones alongside performance milestones. For instance, by year 2, our leadership team consistently navigates market shifts with composed decisiveness. Use morning declarations to internalize this future state gradually. Visualize the organization already operating from unbreakable confidence, bridging present action toward that long-term identity. Create confidence KPIs, qualitative indicators like team members volunteer solutions proactively, or stakeholder meetings conducted with measured calm under pressure. Periodically assess these alongside quantitative metrics to gauge the health of your confidence ecosystem. 2. Navigating large-scale setbacks and crises. Reinforcing core ritual during crisis. When a significant setback occurs, a failed product launch, major market change, or organizational upheaval, double down on the morning ritual. Even if sleep is disrupted, prioritize a shorter version, a few deep breaths, and a whispered, I embody unbreakable confidence now. This anchors you before confronting urgent issues. Combined with focused visualization, imagine handling the crisis with composure, brainstorming solutions from a grounded mindset. The rehearsal primes neural circuits for resilient problem solving. Structured resilience sessions. Schedule dedicated sessions, individual or team, to process setbacks. Begin with the confidence declaration, then map out the facts of the situation calmly. Use structured frameworks, e.g., what happened? What can we control? What's the next step? framed within the belief that confidence underpins clarity. This approach prevents panic-driven decisions. Emphasize learning orientation. After the declaration, encourage open sharing of failures without blame. The confident mindset supports curiosity. What lessons emerge, rather than dwelling on fault. Document insights and integrate them into revised plans. Adaptive ritual modifications. In prolonged crises, energy may wane. Adapt the ritual to sustain engagement. Vary breathing patterns. Add a brief movement sequence, e.g., dynamic stretches or a short walk, immediately after the declaration to invigorate body and mind. Introduce fresh visualization details relevant to the challenge. These tweaks keep the practice alive amid stress. Maintain micro-triggers, but allow flexibility. If usual prompts feel stale, redesign reminders to acknowledge the crisis context, e.g., a sticky note reading "Confidence in Uncertainty" for a season. 3. Evolving the confidence ecosystem over time. Periodic reassessment of declaration. As roles and contexts change, revisit the 5-word phrase. While preserving structure, I, active verb, intensity modifier, quality, now, you might shift the target quality, e.g., transitioning from individual confidence to I embody unbreakable leadership now when stepping into larger responsibilities. Conduct this evolution mindfully. Test the new phrase over several dawns before fully adopting. Record reflections on resonance. Does the updated declaration evoke strong embodied feeling? If not, iterate wording or supporting visualization until it feels authentic. Scaling rituals for new phases. During growth phases, taking on bigger projects, expanding teams, scale up micro-trigger systems, involve more stakeholders in shared triggers, introduce periodic group rituals, e.g., quarterly morning affirmation workshops. Simultaneously, maintain personal practice as the grounding anchor. When personal life circumstances shift, new role, relocation, major life event, reestablish consistency. Even if wake-up times or environment change, preserve the core sequence. Intention before sleep, sanctuary setup, breathing, declaration, follow-up. Flexibility in logistics keeps the ritual robust. Integrating complementary practices. Combine confidence rituals with other personal development habits. For example, meditation, journaling, long-term gratitude, or skills learning. Structure these practices around the morning declaration. After speaking, engage in a short journaling exercise on growth areas or a focused learning session anchored in the confident mindset. This synergy deepens resilience and adaptability. Use periodic confidence deep dives. Research topics like positive psychology, leadership neuroscience, or resilience frameworks to enrich your understanding. Integrate insights back into your ritual or team coaching, ensuring the ecosystem remains dynamic and evidence-based. 4. Mentoring and coaching others. Guiding individuals through the ritual. When mentoring colleagues or direct reports, introduce the morning declaration concept as a voluntary experiment. Explain the rationale. Share research on habit formation and neuroplasticity, and invite them to try for a set period, e.g., 30 days. Provide templates for journals and micro-trigger ideas. Encourage honest feedback about challenges and outcomes. Offer personalized adjustments. Help mentees craft their own 5-word phrase aligned to their identity and role, ensuring it feels meaningful. Support their consistency by scheduling check-ins to discuss progress and refine practice. Facilitating group workshops. Design interactive workshops where participants experience a mini version, a brief guided breathing session, silent or aloud practice of a sample declaration, and small group discussions on feelings and potential applications. This experiential approach fosters buy-in more effectively than abstract explanation. Provide resources. A concise guide or checklist covering environment setup, breathing techniques, declaration structure, micro-trigger suggestions, and journaling templates. Sharing structured material empowers participants to sustain practice independently. Tracking and celebrating progress, create forums for sharing success stories, regular meetings, or online channels where individuals report confidence milestones, e.g., I spoke up in the board meeting after 2 months of practice. Celebrating these wins reinforces the value of the ritual and motivates others. Address setbacks compassionately. If someone struggles, guide them to examine obstacles, perhaps morning routine inconsistency or poor trigger placement, and suggest targeted adjustments rather than abandoning practice. Developing a community of practice. Foster a community within organization or externally where members exchange tips, new visualization ideas, or research findings related to confidence and habit formation. Collective experimentation and peer support accelerate innovation in the confidence ecosystem. Encourage mentorship chains. Those who have sustained practice guide newcomers, creating a ripple effect that embeds confident mindsets across levels. 5. Measuring long-term impact. Integrating confidence metrics into performance reviews. For leaders, include discussions about resilience and proactive behavior in performance evaluations. Note how morning confidence practice correlates with observed improvements, e.g., decision speed, creative risk-taking. Use qualitative feedback from peers and quantitative indicators where possible. Encourage individuals to self-assess their confidence growth over quarters, referencing journal entries and behavior metrics established earlier. Organizational health indicators. At team or organizational level, track indicators reflecting a confident culture. Employee engagement scores, innovation rate, turnover due to burnout or indecision. Correlate initiatives around confidence rituals, workshops, shared micro-triggers, with shifts in these metrics over time. Use surveys to gauge whether employees feel empowered to act decisively and recover from setbacks, signaling the ecosystem's maturity. Continuous improvement cycles. Schedule periodic confidence audits. Revisit the ecosystem's components, morning rituals, micro-triggers, visualization, journaling, support structures, and evaluate effectiveness. Solicit feedback on which elements resonate or require adaptation. Iterate accordingly. Treat the confidence ecosystem as a living system. Remain open to new research, evolving best practices, and changes in context, market shifts, team composition changes to keep the framework relevant and impactful. 6. Sustaining motivation and avoiding complacency. Renewing purpose. Over time, the morning ritual may feel routine. Reconnect with deeper why. Reflect on how unbreakable confidence serves your broader life mission or organizational vision. Revisiting purpose reignites intrinsic motivation to maintain the practice. Periodically update intention notes. Write fresh statements about why you commit to confidence work, anchoring practice in evolving aspirations. Introducing novel elements. To prevent habituation, occasionally introduce new supportive elements, a different breathing pattern, new micro-trigger modalities, e.g. wearable reminders, or varied visualization contexts that reflect current challenges. This keeps the brain engaged and the habit vibrant. Explore complementary modalities. Group retreats focusing on resilience, guest talks from experts on neuroscience or performance psychology, or collaborative experiments, e.g., collective morning challenges to infuse energy. Balancing rest and renewal. Recognize that sustaining high-intensity practice without rest can lead to burnout. Occasionally take deliberate ritual pauses, shorter morning practices when on vacation or during major life transitions, ensuring continuity but allowing flexibility. After reset, gradually ramp back to full practice. Use these pauses to reflect on growth achieved and to set intentions for the next cycle, reinforcing that confidence work is a lifelong journey, not a one-time fix. 7. Integrating with broader wellness practices. Holistic self-care. Confidence thrives when basic needs are met: quality sleep, balanced nutrition, physical activity. Ensure morning rituals align with healthy routines, wake times synchronized with sufficient rest, hydration and movement following declaration to sustain energy. Monitor overall well-being. If sleep or stress issues arise, address them so confidence practice remains effective rather than undermined by fatigue or overwhelm. Mindfulness and reflection. Incorporate periodic mindfulness sessions or reflective journaling that complement the morning declaration. For instance, end-of-day reflections on how confidence influences decisions or where growth opportunities lie. This deepens self-awareness and refines the confidence ecosystem. Practice occasional silent retreats or digital detoxes to reset mental clutter, allowing the morning declaration to operate from a clearer baseline. 8. Preparing for Part 6. Part 5 has equipped you with methods to integrate your confidence rituals into structured goal setting, handle significant setbacks, evolve the ecosystem, mentor others, measure long-term impact, sustain motivation, and align with holistic wellness. In Part 6, we will explore advanced visualization and mental rehearsal techniques, creative uses of technology, e.g., VR simulations, biofeedback loops, and strategies for embedding confidence practice in global or cross-cultural contexts. Prepare to deepen your mastery of the confidence ecosystem and expand its reach across diverse domains.